Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this scrap wood that I had. I had like an oval shape and it broke into two different pieces. So I decided that I was going to make the pieces into something. So I'm going to take one half of it and I am going to paint it with the color Light Buttermilk. I painted the whole thing, the back and the top and the sides. Once it was all painted and dry, I'm going to take my sanding block and just distress the edges. I'm going to do that all the way around the whole thing. And just give it a quick distress. And then I'm going to wipe it off with a baby wipe. Get it all that sand dust off of it. And then I'm going to take my antique wax and I'm going to wax around the edges of it. I'm just using this applicator to do so, going around the edges, and I'm just doing it really quickly. And then I'm going to take that baby wipe and just kind of blend that all in. So once I have that all finished, I'm going to take this fennel that I had and I'm going to stain that with some of my antique wax as well. Just making sure I get in all those little divots on it. I ended up using a paintbrush to get inside the little crevices. I'm going to let that dry. Once that was dry, I'm going to glue that to the top. And as you can tell, we're making a pumpkin. Once that was glued on, I'm going to take some Spanish moss and I'm going to glue that right around that fennel. So I'm just kind of seeing where I want it and then going to add some hot glue and then just kind of hold it on there. Arrange it how I want. Add some more to the edges and to the side and the front. And I wanted a good amount of the Spanish moss up there. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and just kind of trim off some of the wiry pieces of Spanish moss. Once I have that all done, I'm going to take this pick from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to cut off some of the leaves and the berries that were on it. This is one of my favorite picks from Hobby Lobby. I just absolutely love the way it looks and the colors. So I'm going to get those all cut out and I'm going to glue those leaves in on either side of the fennel. Just kind of burying them in the Spanish moss. Kind of figuring out where I want them and then putting some hot glue down and then setting those in. I'm going to do the same things with the berries. I'm going to pull off these two pieces apart and then put the berries in as well. Again, just deciding where I want them and then putting down some glue to hold them in. Making sure that they are held down well. And then I took a little bit more Spanish moss and put it over the stems of those. I just used a tiny bit, but I didn't want to be able to see the stems from the picks that I just put in. So once I have those all set, I'm going to take this bow that I made out of raffia. I'm just kind of arranging the bow, cleaning it up a little bit. And then I'm going to glue that right in between those picks. I did end up adding a little Jenga block to the back of this to kind of help it stand better, because once I started putting all the stuff on it, it wouldn't stand as well as it did before. Then I'm going to trim down those raffia bow ends. And then here you can see where I take a button and I'm going to add that right in the middle of the bow. And it's just a wooden button. And then I'm going to take this thankful sign. I think this is from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree. I can't remember which one. And I'm going to stain that with the antique wax. Once I have that all stained, I'm going to glue that right to the front here. And here's where I put the Jenga block, and I did end up painting it with the buttermilk color. I'm just going to take some Aleene's tacky glue. I'm going to add that to the back of this thankful sign. And then I'm just going to glue that right to the front. And that is it. This project is finished. I think this turned out so super cute, especially for a piece of wood that somebody normally would have thrown away. I hope you enjoyed this project. Thank you for watching. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.